Welcome aboard everyone! In this video, we're going to talk about what you can expect once you start playing Palworld, and my first impression on the game. So, let's dive in. Palworld has officially launched January 19, 2024 on Steam and Xbox exclusively as of now. The game has seen much success with over 8 million copies sold as of January 24, 2024. It is also a top seller on Steam at the time of this recording. Now, the game is in early access, so there are not too many features, but that's not to say it isn't fun. My wife and I have a few hours into the game, and I will say Pocket Pair has delivered, and I cannot stop playing this game. Palworld is a survival crafting game with a twist. You can capture creatures called pals. You can use these pals to battle, build, work, gather, and much more. Now, let's get into starting the game. You have the option to play single player or join co-op. Note that whichever you choose is important, as you cannot use the same character and pals interchangeably as of now. If you are choosing to co-op, the one hosting will have to set up the world. The game will give you the option to name your island, choose between single or multiplayer, and choose the difficulty of your island. If in co-op, you will need to give an invite code for the players you want to join your world, and the original host is the only one that can start the game. The other players won't be able to actually play without a host. Afterwards, you head into the character creation screen. Here, you can create your character with some preset options. The customization is not in-depth and kept simple. There is a note stating they might implement more to character customization in the future, but as of now, once you finalize your character, there's no changing it. Of course, we decided on co-op, so my perspective will be based on the co-op feature, which is similar to single player. Once you are ready, the game automatically drops you into the world, and this is where the fun begins. You can now go out and explore and really play the game at your own pace and do what you want, with some limitations of course. There is no story to follow, and the only thing given to you is a tutorial to help teach you how to play the game. The tutorial also lets you know there is a survival guide in the main menu, which can help you with the game too. Just like any other survival crafting type game, the game will want you to start by gathering some resources with your bare fists like wood or stone, so you can craft your first few items. And be watchful of your stamina. Once you exhaust it, you won't be able to use any actions temporarily. Note that in co-op, we notice when one is gathering a resource, the one initiating the gathering is the only one that will obtain any drops, as well as any items found in the field. Once a player picks up the item, no other player will be able to pick up the same item. You can share the items if you choose to, but the items picked up will go into the player's inventory of whoever picked it up. You can share items by dropping it and letting the other player pick it up. Now, to unlock the craftable items, you will need technology points, which you can get as you level up. You can go to the technology screen in the main menu to see what you can unlock using these points. Every time you level up, you will also be given stat points. In the player's menu, you can see your stats on the right side. You will start off with base level stats, and every level, you get points to add to your stats. You can use these points to enhance HP, stamina, strength, attack, work speed, and weight. Each stat is beneficial and to one's own build, depending on how you want to play the game and what you want to prioritize. At this time, you cannot put points into defense, but the stat is determined by the gear you are wearing and pals' passive skills. Some interesting features I noticed were the small details put into creating a survival type game. The game does have a day and night system, and since you start off with nothing on you, at night you will get cold. You will need a fire source, like a campfire or torch, to keep you warm, or you will take damage. After a certain level, you'll be able to craft gear, which will help you keep warm, and the fire won't be as necessary unless you want to traverse the land at night, as it is very dark and a torch will help you light the way. You will also have to be mindful when your character gets hungry. You can pick up wild berries around the area, or even kill certain pals that will drop meat you can cook over a campfire. You will also obtain specific resources that certain pals drop for certain crafts. Don't forget to rest your character after a battle to regenerate your HP, as there are no actual items to heal your character, and if you die, you'll need to respawn to a location given or your base. In co-op, other players can revive you before the countdown to your death. You'll also be able to craft axes and pickaxes that can help you gather more resources efficiently. With enough resources, you can start building your own base. The game also has a guild system. As of now, in co-op, other players can join your guild, which gives them the benefit of sharing items in storages, build a base together, and be able to see each other on the map. The guild acts like a party system. This also means you share the base level and can only have up to one PAL box until you reach a specific level to create more. You and other players do not have to join a guild, and with that, each player will be able to have their own PAL box / base of operations. But if you do not care about productivity and just want to have fun with other players, then joining a guild is no big deal. Now again, you can go out and adventure the game on your own, but if you are following the tutorial, one of the things it will have you do is craft a PAL box. The PAL box is a storage device for the PALs you capture and serves as your base of operations. In the beginning, you'll only be able to construct one PAL box, but as you level up your base, you will have the opportunity to create more bases. You can also use the base for fast traveling between the statues you have already unlocked and other base locations. Once you have placed your PAL box, you will notice it creates a sphere in which your base operates. That means anything within the sphere your pals can interact with. Now this is the part where I spent a lot of time. You can also start crafting a home, with the foundation pieces given to you with the correct resources. You can make a bed so you can rest in, a repair station for your tools, a workbench to craft, a berry plantation, bed for your pals, boxes so you can store items, and much more as you keep unlocking new craftables. A cool feature of the game is that in the PAL box, you can assign any PAL you have caught and put it to work that falls within your base radius. Depending on the PAL skill set, they can be put to help you plant, water, gather, and more. They can gather certain resources within their base's radius. They can help you craft, which increases the speed and time it takes you to craft an item. In co-op, other players can also assist you with crafting to speed up the process. You can always put points in your work speed stat to increase your character's work speed too. Now, pals also require you to feed them, so make sure to leave them food and a bed so they can comfortably work in the base you created. Note that in co-op, as I said before, you can share items to an extent, meaning with the storage feature anyone can access the items if anyone needs to if they have joined your guild. Also, get ready to defend your base because there will come a time where you will get raided by humans and wild pals, and if you're not prepared, then get ready to see your base burn to the ground. Pals are the creatures you can capture in the game, which can aid you on your adventure and survival in many ways. In the beginning, the game will want you to unlock the PAL sphere with the tech points and then craft the item using the primitive workbench. Once you craft the PAL sphere, you can now use this item to go out and capture your first PAL. You can weaken the PAL by fighting it with your bare hands or craft a weapon. Once they're at low health, you can throw the PAL sphere and try to capture it. There will be an animation it will go through, which indicates how close you are to capturing it. Once it hits 100%, you have caught it. You can only have up to 5 pals in your party. Any other pals captured will be sent to your PAL box. There, you and other players can switch your pals around or even assign them to your base so they can do some work. We discovered if you have joined the same guild, you do not share the pals in the PAL box, but the pals assigned to work can be taken out by any player, meaning your pals can be mistakenly taken away from you. So be mindful of which PAL you take out from the base. In co-op, only one player can capture the PAL engaged, but does not mean there is not plenty to go around and catch. Each PAL has a unique partner skill, which can aid you out in exploration, battle, or your base, like using a PAL as a flamethrower, increase your carrying weight for items, or the chicken PAL that can lay eggs if you have a farm, or even use them as a ground or flying mount. Also, make sure to check out your PAL's passive skills, because they can also affect you out in exploration or at your base. You can also do battle with your pals to aid you against enemies, whether it be PAL or human. Pals will drop special resources needed for specific crafts. As your pals level, they also learn new moves which can be beneficial when it comes to battle type matchups against other pals. If your pal dies in battle, you can put them into the PAL box to recover. Each pal also has a specific work trait they can do around your base, meaning some pals can water your plants, some start up a fire. They can lend you a helping hand when you are crafting to speed up the work, or even carry things into your storage containers. The pals will also be able to defend your base from incoming raids. And don't forget, just as you get hungry and tired of work, so do your pals. So don't forget to feed them and give them a break so they don't get overworked. Unless you wanna. Pals can also be sold and butchered if that is to your liking. You will encounter many pals along your survival journey. Some come out during the day and some at night. You may come across some special pals, boss pals, and eggs which you can incubate to hatch. Out in the world, it is free reign. You can go out and explore, capture pals and fill up your pal deck, capture humans, gather materials, sell your pals, sell humans, or battle bosses. Again, as this game has no story, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow the tutorial either. You can start off however you want. In the beginning of the game, you will encounter a bird-like statue that is glowing red. You can go up to the statue and unlock it for fast travel. As you explore the island, you will come across many more of these that can be unlocked. Out in the world, you will find treasure chests, which hold gold coins that you can use to buy items or even pals from merchants. You may also come across a black market dealer. In co-op PAL, it will show as sold out, and so the other player cannot buy the same PAL. So decide together wisely. You can collect traveler diaries that you may find along the way. There are green effigies you can collect out in the world, which will help increase your chances of catching pals as you give them to the Statue of Power. You can find special fruits that can teach your pals special moves. You will encounter bandit camps and may find an encaged pal you can rescue and add to your collection. In co-op, only one player can obtain this pal, but you can return later and it will respawn back in the cage. There will be dungeons you can enter, solo or together with other players, and you encounter different types of pals, materials, treasure, and a boss battle. You will find boss pals you can fight and capture and are bigger in size. These are important as they give you ancient technology points and parts that are needed for special craftables. Once you get your base to a certain level, you can also build another base in any location to your liking. If you have followed through the tutorial to the end, another thing you encounter in the world are tower boss battles. Here you will challenge other tamers and their pals as a test of your skill. In co-op, you and other players can join together to take down the boss of the tower. Note, you cannot capture the tower bosses, but recently there was a glitch found that will allow you to do so. I do not know if this has yet been patched at the time of this recording, but this was not a part of the developer's design. But also, be prepared, since there are no healing items. If you take on more than you can handle, you will lose everything on you if you die, and you will have to go back to where you died to collect your belongings. Remember, you can't be revived if playing with other players. My thoughts overall and impression on the game are positive. We have had so much fun playing the game with time escaping our notice. I enjoy the little details of survival, almost as if you yourself were out in the wilderness. Whether you choose solo or co-op, I believe you will not be disappointed. The game delivers. I know there's a lot of hate going around for this game from people to industries, but I'll tell you, as a gamer who has played the catching creature type genre, this definitely has a different feel to other games. Even though the game gives you the fun of capturing adorable and cool pals, it still holds its main focus as a survival and crafting game. This is a game I would definitely recommend you give a try, with an affordable price of $29.99. Even with the game being in early access, the developers have given us a roadmap to upcoming features and updates, so there's much more to come. Sure, the game is not perfect, with it having some bugs here and there, but I believe they created a game that everyone can enjoy and have fun with. Whether you enjoy crafting, building, capturing, battles or fights, exploring, dungeons, bosses, leveling, co-op with other players, or survival, this game has a bit of something you can enjoy. Palworld gets 11 out of 10 stars from me. I hope this video gives you some insight on what you can expect from playing Palworld. This is my first time making this type of video. Any comments or suggestions will be greatly appreciated so I myself can grow and do better. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like and subscribe so this video can be pushed out and be shared to others. I also stream on Twitch a variety of games. Feel free to stop by anytime. Thank you everyone. Happy gaming.